Hello and welcome to Motorsport Asia's Inside GT Asia. I'm Jonathan Green reporting from Okayama in Japan. GT racing in Asia this year took a giant leap forward. It is now a cutting-edge motorsport series unparalleled anywhere else. The latest spec cars carrying state-of-the-art technology and the best drivers in Asia at the wheel. A mix of youth and experience, gentleman drivers and Formula One stars. GT Asia is modern motor racing at its finest. Let's take a look inside. In order to keep the series competitive and exciting, the organisers have worked hard pre-season and during the race weekends to create a balance between those competing in the form of compensation times. Let's take a closer look at it with one of our drivers, Cheng Kong Fu.
Hello, I am Cheng Kong Fu. Let me explain to you the compensation time is given to the driver who finished top 3 of the previous race instead of the success balance we had in previous years. So let's say I get a win during round 4, I will get a 10-second time added to my pit stop. If round 5 is a 15 minutes race, but if it's a 40 minutes race, then I will only add it on 8 seconds.
Driver pairing is an interesting concept that's picking up this year in GT Asia. There's quite a few variations of driver pairings that mix the racing, strategy and pit stops. Very important, very interesting. There are 4 categories of drivers: platinum, gold, silver and bronze.
A gold driver is a semi-professional who could be a platinum driver but is between the age of 55 to 59. A top 10 finisher in either A1 GP, Renault V6, Asian F3 and a few other series. Or it's a top 3 finisher in the junior series such as Formula BMW or Formula Ford. They can also be classified gold if the FIA deems them to be.
Silver category drivers are drivers that could be classified as gold but are under the age of 30. Or they could be platinum drivers but above the age of 60. They could also be winners of national championships or international series, with a professional driver or a winner of a non-professional series like Ferrari Challenge or Super Trofeo series. As for bronze category drivers, they're basically amateurs, or those who are 30 years old or over when they got their first racing license, who have little or no single-seater experience.
Point system for the GT Asia Series goes by overall finish each race. You get a point for pole position, so we always push to get that extra 1 point at each qualifying. It can be the deciding factor when a championship is at stake. 18 points is awarded to the race winner, 16 for second, 14 for third. Then it's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 2 and 1 for 4th to 12th drivers.
This year, we also get a point each if our race queen wins the Facebook voting. So after the race weekend, make sure to vote on Facebook /AFOSTOPCOM.
While the teams and drivers and cars in GT Asia are very different, the one thing that they all share and have equal access to is tyres. Yokohama of Japan are the sole tyre supplier of the series.
Welcome to Yokohama Lens Service Team. I'm Ken Gokita of the Yokohama Motorsports.
we have who less self-steam GT Asia series. Let me show you. All tire all from team here, that will proceed to the separate, then pass to the next stage. This is a tire bead separator for all tires to make the straight. So tire width is a bead separated one, put on the roll to send the next machine. This is a tire changer to the strip. Then we have another changer to tire mounting. So rims coming to behind me to this machine. Then with this machine, we are going to fit to the new tire. After fitting this machine, tire comes to here. We put the air. Then we're using this safety gauge just in case of the explosion of the tires. After 10 minutes, one set of tire ready to. Now we can send it to the team.
GT Asia cars are some of the fastest in the world, with massive horsepower, excellent brakes and superb aerodynamics. In order to be fast, the tyres have to match that of the
GT Asia is one of the top events in Asia. So this is a good opportunity to touch the GT Asia for us. Then it makes our exposure in Asia, I believe. In the regulation, each team can have a three tire from qualify to race. But before our race, they can have another practice tire. No limitation to use a wet tire, depends on the weather. Wet tire performance, how to make the tire technology, including the orange oil technology, we can react to feedback to the street tire. This is one of the purpose for the motorsports development technology.
Oh, the tyre's fine. Yokohama tires are very good. Very well suited for Japan. They last very well. Did the job just like we thought they would. Yeah, we just.
Tire we use this series, I think it is very, very durable. It's very nice. And I think it lasts a long time compared to any other tire we used in the past.
There is no great drop-off in terms of performance. You can easily do the whole race and still give very good competitive lap times.
Yokohama tires are very consistent, and obviously with this little bit warmer temperature, it also brings a better grip.
The service is also very good. I mean, you can see what they bring, the truck, the structure, all the things. So overall, very good product.
After 10 minutes, one set of tire ready to. Now we can send it to the team. That was our racing service bay. I hope you more understanding our Yokohama tire. See you next time at next GTA here.
This year, Aston Martins celebrate 100 years of racing. It all began back in 1913, and it remains today one of the most coveted brands on earth and one of the most sought-after sports cars there is. The 2013 Vantage is no exception.
Hello, I'm Stefan Mücke. That's for me the first season in the GT Asia series, here with the Vantage Aston Martin GT3 V12. And yeah, I'm introducing now you to the car. Let's have a look around and see what it can do. Yeah, the GT3 car has a lot of downforce. As you can see, there are little helpers to get more downforce. You have aerodynamic devices here, a big front splitter, big air intake for the engine and air outlet. We have around 500 horsepower, 550 horsepower, so the engine needs a lot of cooling and for sure also fresh air. Alright, so as you can see, there's a lot of carbon, the whole bodywork, the whole door, everything is made of carbon to get the car as light as possible. It's covered by the paint in the moment, but as you can see here, you can see some carbon pieces. Also, another aerodynamic device to get air out of the front rear arch, gives you more downforce and makes the car quicker. Big steel brakes and also 18-inch tires, obviously. Slick tires from Yokohama, very good. Okay, that part here is not a table, even if it looks like one. It's a massive rear wing that gives us a really good downforce. It's taking 250 k's. You almost can go upside down with the car. So really good downforce. That wing is doing that. But also, as you can see, the bumper is modified. You have the engine cooler in here, and also some kind of rear diffuser, which gives another aerodynamic device, which gives us more downforce to get the car so quick as it is. Alright, here we are at the inside. Actually, everything we need you can see here. All the switches and buttons are made on the steering wheel to get to as quick as possible. Upshifting here, downshifting there. Ignition start button and some lights switches there, but not more you need in the car. It's getting obviously quite hot in here, up to 50-60 degrees. We have no air conditioning, but we're only doing a 50-minute race, so it's fine with that. You also see the Recaro seat in here, which gives us enough side support in the corners, and for sure also the roll cage, which is in the case of an accident saves us and protects us. Apart from that, it's just made for racing. I mean, the basic car is still the road car, but as you can see here in the inside, it's just these things inside what we really need for racing. Nothing else. Everything made of carbon, lightweight and made for racing.
Well, that combination makes it lightning quick. The Vantage has been tearing up the Japanese circuit so far. Okayama is next on its list.
Yeah, that circuit here is again a very special circuit. It has some fast sections in the first sector, some very slow stuff in the last sector. The difficult thing is to find the right balance here on that track, or also has to be pretty strong straight. The Aston is quite good on that. The Aston likes more the fast corners, so we have to find the right setup for the third sector. That's the challenging bit. So it's all good so far, and also the team is doing a very good job. Frank is improving a lot, especially here. Looks like he found a really good time, and yeah, he's a nice teammate. We have a lot of fun. That's always important, and it's great to be here.
So far, the combination of Stefan and Frank Yu has proved to be a potent package, and they remain the favourites to become champions in 2013. GT Asia boasts a host of talented drivers and is also proud to be discovering the future stars of Asia. The number 98 Audi R8 LMS Ultra driver Chen Kongfu of China is most definitely one of them.
Beginning of the year, I agreed a contract agreement with Audi China to participate the LMS Cup China and also the GT Asia. And for me, that it's GT racing is relatively new, and it's nice to have quite a bit of time in the car. So really to learn a little bit more, and also to start a new relationship with Audi. So it's everything is very smooth.
Audi's sports car tradition is one of the best in the world, and since they arrived at Macau Grand Prix a few years ago, they've been very serious about taking on Asia and winning.
It's very important that we have a good result for Audi, and also to bring the R8 becoming more competitive, fighting for the wins. And we didn't have a great weekend in Motegi, and Okayama, I think somehow the circuit suited us quite well, and with many twisty corners. And yeah, myself and my other two poor teammates, we are working closely trying to improve the car, and team giving us good support. So let's wait and see what we can do.
For Cheng, this is a massive learning curve. Audi are one of the greatest names in sports car racing, and the GT Asia Championship is growing in stature with every race.
Starting of the race, obviously, is the most intensive moment for me, and once the race got underway, everyone's settled, and it's more or less, focusing on yourself, not making mistakes, and try to be fast.
So no question about it, the number 98 Audi is certainly living the dream, or is he?
Motorsports now, used to be a dream for me since I was a kid, but now, to be honest, it's my job, and I treat it as a serious. At the end of the day, it's my job, and I make a living from it. And it is a competitive job for sure, and you're often fighting against the others. And at the end of the day, it's a cool way. You live or you die. That's a simple. And we are here to do my job, and that's not trying not to make myself that very serious, very intense, very. Under a lot of pressure, and I try to be more relaxed, but because with many races I've done in the past, it just tells me that the more I relax in the car, the better I perform. Yeah.
Number 98 with Audi, Cheng Kongfu of China. Definitely one to watch in the future here in Asia. Sadly, Alan Simonson was killed in a crash recently at Le Mans. The Asia community, who knew him well, and all of motorsport, will sadly miss this great driver.
It's just terrible news for us, for our driver. He's such a nice guy.
He was a very nice guy, very friendly, a very, very good driver. Overall, such a very nice person.
I mean, he was the greatest character on earth. I know him a couple of years and only casual. He never raced in one of my teams, but he was always the nice guy in the paddock.
He's very, very courteous, and he never gets his emotion in any way. And I think he's a very, very good role model for all the race drivers.
I feel really sad for his family, and then I send my best regard on his family, and
very sad, and we extend our deepest sympathy and condolences to his family and loved ones and his friends.
I was very shocked. Alan's a very, very good driver, and we'll all miss him.
He was a great driver, a great friend, and it's very hard for us to have it like it is now.
We all drive in memory of him.
Welcome back to GT Asia, where conditions are perfect in Okayama, Japan, for the first qualifying session of rounds 3 and 4. And with the compensation timing and different drivers, it's key to get a good starting position for the races. As the cars headed out, it was no surprise to see the German Stefan Muka getting a time of 1:31.9 for Craft Racing to go fastest.
Yes, a great result. The team did a great job. Found a really good setup during testing and free practice, and the car is running very good here.
Also going very well here, the Lamborghini combination of Charles and Hamann. Tangguh Hamann lining up with the former single-seater driver to good effect. Second overall, a 1:32.9, and Clearwater Racing right where they need to be. Some good performances as well. Further down the GTM class, the number 88 Japanese combination going well again to get the pole.
Whole lap, but it's somehow the GTM class this year is getting really competitive.
Well, number 98 Chen Kong Fu in the Audi spinning it round, but still with a 1:33.4, fast enough to go 6th overall.
To be honest, and I'm disappointed, and we had some problems with ABS, so which is cost me a lot of time, and I almost went out. Actually, I had to spin.
No such problems though for the other Audi, 888 of Alex Young of Malaysia and Francis Hajiki Honda of Japan. On then to qualifying 2, similar conditions for racing. And qualifying for this one, and the McLaren looking very good indeed. Fastest man out there, 1:33.077, Mok Wen-sun. Third fastest, Li Zikong, 1:34.0. And squeaking into second place was the Aston Martin of Frank Yu. Great job done to second place.
On the third sector, there was a car slowing down, so that destroyed my lap. But our decision was to save the tires for the race, so I came back in happy on the front row anyway.
Congratulations then to Frank Yu. And also well done to Jeffrey Lee. His combination with Marchie Lee has put them up to 4th place overall. And the number 17 in the GTM class Naru of Japan in 7th place. And delighted. So the McLaren, the fastest car out there. Splendid looking red and silver McLaren, latest spec from the factory in Woking. On then to the third round as we look back at the action from round 3. Spirits up then for the racing itself. A lot of drama to unfold. Conditions much better than they were in the first 2 rounds. And away we went. The rolling start, remember. And the Aston Martin right in the thick of it as we look back from the German in the Aston Martin. The Audi's chasing him down, so too the Lamborghini. Charlet, everybody cleanly through the opening gamuts, and it was the Aston Martin that led early on. Pulling away at the front as we go on board with GTM's Azuma. Look at that. Big reaction as he misses a car spinning round. That was great driving. Not an easy thing to do. Li Zikong overtaken here. Pensive Philippe Ducoun. And the fastest lap going, a 1:33.072 to Stefan Muka of Germany in the Aston Martin as Frank Yu watches on, knowing that he's got to try and compete with that. Alex Young looking good in 3rd place, challenging Charlet in the Lamborghini, in the Audi, and enjoying the competition between the two of them. Chen Kong Fu had that problem with the brakes. It doesn't look as though he's having it in the race itself. They've certainly sorted it. Muka came out and in went Frank Yu. And obviously the German had done the business. Now it was up to Frank to finish it off. Problems for Billy Fung, a spin there for the number 88 in his Audi. I'm sure he could keep that going. And he did. And Hiroshi Hamaguchi watching on as this battle. Mok Wen-sun very aggressive on Jeffrey Lee, perhaps a little too aggressive, but Mok well known for it, but that's why he's a champion. He's determined. Jeffrey Lee though fighting away with Lee Kong of Asia Racing. And that was the battle for 4th place. Lee Kong going through. Then a drive-through penalty for car number 11. But in the end, it was Frank Yu who tidily took the Aston Martin to victory. An excellent job done by the man from Hong Kong. Thumbs up from Stefan Muka of Germany. The combination really proving potent here in Asia. Frank Yu delighted to be part of this wonderful team for Aston Martin. Let's take a look then at round 4. Thumbs up again, and conditions again. Good. Plenty of interest from the Japanese as the green flag waved. It was once again the McLaren this time leading him into the first corner, but Muka was up there. Lee Kong in the thick of it early on. Naru just holding off the GTM class, the Aston Martin, slotting into 2nd place. Frank Yu it was who did the early stint. They swapped round this time. So Frank Yu trying to set the pace early on, but losing out and dropping to 3rd here. Then came the pit stops. Yokohama and Sarong coming in. Frank Yu coming in to change to Stefan Muka. And the battle was on. A much more frenetic battle this was in round 4. Yes, everyone praying for the right result. Mok Wen-sung and Lee Kong going head to head. Mok up the inside here in the McLaren and into the lead. Then came the Aston Martin, lights blazing, as Muka made his way through and Frank watched on his teammate. Then a great battle between Hiroshi Hamaguchi and Stefan Muka. Muka tries to go round the outside and Hamaguchi's having none of it. Up the inside this time. And that's a much stronger move, and Frank Yu delighted with that one. And Hamaguchi wasn't finished, and he comes up to the inside this time and nudges the German wide. Tough move. Learned that one from Mok, I'm sure. But Muka wasn't done either. Still pushing in the closing stages into the right-hander, and Muka pays it back. If you can do it, I can do it just as hard. And Frank Yu delighted with that. And the German would not be denied. What a great battle that turned out to be in round 4. Fantastic race for the 4th round. But it's Aston Martin who wins out again with Stefan Muka of Germany winning it out for he and Frank Yu. Well, that 100-year celebration looking very good indeed. Naru and Azuma winning GTM as well. Mark Goddard delighted. Congratulations then to a fantastic run in round 4 of the GT Asia Series. A look at the championship, how it stands at the moment. The German, Stefan Muka, leads the way ahead of his teammate Frank Yu. Mok Wen-sung is 3rd ahead of Lee Kong. Then Charlie Rowe-Charles is in 5th place, Taku Haman behind him. Hamaguchi is just behind Alex Young, and Honda still working through with that Audi. Clearwater Racing lead the championship in the teams championship with 101. Then come Craft Racing with 79, and just behind them Team R8 LMS. Long way to go though yet in GT Asia. Still plenty of racing to come from this series. Congratulations though to the Aston Martin. Boy, did he have to work for it. They weren't giving anything away at the front of that race, but it was superb. We'll see you next time. From me, Jonathan Green. Goodbye for now.